feedback was so reassuring to me. I just want to get back into writing like so badly. This is the book I wrote. I'm very excited for today because today is the day that I officially returned my last editing client manuscript, and I won't be doing another one for another 2 years, I think. So I'm very excited about that because truthfully, I've been so burnt out with client work. I don't know where to put you, and I cannot beta read for anyone, none of my friends. No, I'm sorry. I've been doing beta reading, client work. I was reading through my cohort stuff for the 10 hours workshop back to back since February, while running this YouTube channel, while working my 9-to-5 job, while getting married. So I'm just really glad to not be doing any of that. And pretty sure I said this in the intro, but I just want to get back into writing like so badly. Let me show you guys the new desk setup actually. Well, it's not really a new desk setup, but it's just my new accessories. Well, pretty much everything's the same. I got a new speaker bar because there are no speakers on this itself. That's the webcam for my work. I have my microphone for my work. And yes, isn't this so pretty? I have my 2 plants here. I have a bunch of like random knickknacks. My husband made this for me. Not located. I think it looks so cute and so appropriate. I didn't know this was magnetic. So I want to get like a few clips so I can hang like keychains and things like that. This is not functional though. This is not a functional thing. I have some books behind here. I don't even know what books they are. It was just for funsies. All my stuffed animals. I like this bag. And this one is not very cutesy, so I don't know. It's still a work in progress. And I got a bunch of new books. I'll talk about these later. I bought that book yesterday, and this is the book. Oops, I shouldn't put this here. This is the book I wrote. Remember about this one? Yeah. So in terms of writing today, it's gonna be tricky. It's 8:35 right now. I start work in 10 minutes, and I have a call after work with a friend because I'm going to Colombia. Very exciting, yes. So we have a call together to plan things out, and I'm going straight to my parents' house after that. So I have no idea when I'm gonna get the writing done, but that's okay. I want to just write for 3 hours this week and get into some sort of habit. Yeah, I mean, we all know I haven't had a routine since February, and because I'm trying to like get stuff done, I need to have one in order to write a book. So okay, I think that might be it for this Monday clip. I literally haven't done a weekly vlog in so long. Weekly writing vlogs used to be the bread and butter of this channel. I think that's why I grew, and I haven't made one all year because literally no routine. Okay, let's see how far the writing goes this week.
The people want to see you. Yep.
It's about a little past 7:30, and it's already been a morning. Please don't look too closely at my eyes. They're swollen. They're full of hives right now, and I don't know why. Not that that's a surprise really, but I don't want to talk about that right now. So yesterday and the day before, I did get my movement in, and I did get the reading done, and I was writing on and off a little bit. I think like both days I probably wrote for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. And I feel like I can't go on with this vlog without explaining a little bit more about my projects and my lore, and my voice is breaking and it's really loud. I pretty much was writing a young adult fantasy for the majority of this channel. Oh my god, there's so much lore around it. I wrote like draft 0 back in November of 2021, and I got this idea in April of 2021, but 2021 I was working on another project. I only wrote the young adult fantasy in 2021 of November because of NaNoWriMo. and I didn't pick the young adult fantasy back up again until June of 2022. I worked on the young adult fantasy from June 2022 until I think it was March of 2023, and when I worked on the rest of the book, I rewrote it. So there was the draft 0 November 2021, draft 1 from 2022 to 2023. Is this timeline making any sense? And then of March 2023, so a few months or even a few weeks after I finished writing the first draft of the young adult fantasy, I decided to apply for Maggie Stiefvater's writing retreat, and I got in and I wanted to revise Act 1 before I went to the workshop. So I rewrote Act 1 again, so I guess that was like draft 2 technically. I think during the writing retreat I revised it again, like wrote a completely new Act 1, and then I wrote 2 more versions of that after the writing retreat. See, I don't even know which draft I'm on now, but hopefully there's like a visual I can track this. I gave the book to Chris, Lynn, my friend Claire to read, and they gave me more feedback, and I made more changes on top of that, and that was draft I brought to the Tin House workshop. Actually, I forgot a key part of the lore. After the writing retreat with Maggie, and prior to me giving the implemented feedback to Chris, Lynn, and my friend Claire, there was a huge gap. There was about a year and a half worth of gaps because I was so sick of that young adult fantasy book. I think just all the revisions I had to do within a short span of time made me not enjoy working on the book, and I have videos all about this. During that break when I wasn't working on the young adult fantasy, I was working on this. Does that make sense? Okay, so I know you might not have seen it. Actually, I got some comments that they didn't know I posted it because the video just flopped so bad, so it is posted if you want to watch my workshop experience in Portland. I got mentored by Aiden Thomas, and I had a bunch of people, my cohorts, read my pages, and their feedback was so reassuring to me. And just being in that workshop setting and being with a bunch of young adult writers, it really made me want to write the young adult fantasy again, just to keep going with it, because at this point the first act has been like beaten to death, and I think it's in the right shape now. I need to do like a light line edit, but prior to going on the retreat, I had not intended on working on this young adult fantasy. I was gonna work on this book, so I also made a video where I unboxed this and showed you guys how I made this cover, or not made this cover, yeah, I made this cover, but the entirety of the book, so you can also check that video out in case it didn't show up in your subscription box too. And I think that they're both gonna take a long time, but this one I think will take a shorter time than revising the young adult fantasy, just because that young adult fantasy, I need to rewrite a lot of the second act, and I need to do, it's not like a line edit, but because my writing has improved so much, the writing in the current draft doesn't match my current writing style, so it's pretty much a whole rewrite, and I changed Act 2 a lot. That one's gonna take a lot more effort, but this is the first half of the book, by the way, it's not the second half. And what I had wanted to do with this project was read through this whole thing, make notes, and then revise the second half. So that's the lore, that's what's going on, and I was a little bit conflicted because I wasn't sure which project I want to work on, but I think I figured it out, which is not gonna, I don't know, I don't recommend doing this, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to really touch up the first act of the young adult fantasy. How do I word this? Like, make it up to public, like query ready. Like, I'm gonna make the first act query ready, and then I think I'm gonna go into this, read it, annotate it, revise the second half of this book, and then go back and rewrite Act 2 and Act 3 and the rest of the book, because that requires, like, the young adult fantasy actually requires a little bit more work, I think, than this one. So I think that's the plan. I'm the type of person, I probably have like some sort of ADHD, but I'm the type of person to work on many things at once. Yesterday I was also dabbling with my adult sci-fi from like a million years ago, and 4 weeks ago now, wow, that's very specific, but 4 weeks ago I started writing the first chapter and a half of book 2 of this interconnected standalone. So yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is. So I feel like I'm not putting too much pressure on myself on trying to publish. I kind of just want to write for fun right now, just so I can get back into things, because I've had such a crazy month, or not crazy month, I've had a crazy year, being married, traveling a lot. My husband is going through the immigration process right now, so that's also, you know, a thing happening in the worst time to do this in the US, honestly, and it's just been a lot. So what am I doing on my phone here? I want to show you something I did. What did I want to show you? I think I'll just put, I don't know why I want to show you the phone. I could just put it on the screen, but there's this photo here, or this like fun, cute image that kind of really recentered things for me. I always thought that I had wanted to be like the best at everything, the best at my job, the best at writing, or at YouTube, or whatever, at Augur. Not necessarily best as in like I'm better than everyone, but like I wanted to be very good at the work I was doing. I wanted to give my editing business, I wanted to be a good role model. I wanted to be a good example. But now that I'm in my 30s, and I feel like I don't want to be dominating. I don't want to be dominating with my editorial services, with writing, with publishing. I kind of just want to do things for fun. And if I get to the point where I can publish, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready for work soon. I have to go. My first meeting is in an hour at the office. Gonna get movement in just by going to work, and hopefully I'll read on my lunch break. I had wanted this morning to write, but I had life stuff and I wanted to catch you guys up. So I guess writing will come in the evening. Okay, my voice is, I don't know what's going on. So I am fixing the book based on the feedback. The notes that my workshop cohorts pretty much told me was it was like it is the smallest changes. It's adding a line here, a line there to contextualize this thing, to explain this one thing. And it's hard to edit because it's like very, very, very tiny, but I think I'm almost there. Like everyone gave me so many good suggestions, and oh my god, that workshop space, I've never felt more safe. Honestly, it was so, I don't know how to explain it. It was so tender. Like the whole environment, the whole setup was so tender that none of the feedback anyone gave me, I felt attacked, I felt negative. It was all so positive. It was such a great environment. Oh. Aiden did read these pages too, and he wrote me a letter. Should I share it? I don't know if I'll share it right now. Maybe like later in this vlog to keep you guys interested. Maybe I'll share it, but there are some spoilers. So everyone did like the prologue, so that was one thing that I was not sure, because Chris and Lynn, they were very like, I mean, I don't want to speak for them, but based on their letter, they were like, it's okay for it to go. But based on the new changes I made since their feedback, everyone loved the prologue. And someone's comment, which I had already fixed literally the day of when I got the feedback, was that the prologue was just like a little bit too long. So I cut it, so it's a little bit punchier. It's still, oh, how long is it? I think it's 3 pages, double space, so it's 1,000 words. I wanted to cut it more, but like I loved every single word in here, so I didn't. But actually, you know what? I just read a note here. I might contextualize something else in the prologue. I did get one feedback from Aiden that the lyrical prose does get in the way of clarity. Not surprised, so I'm trying to like fix that a little bit more. Okay, I'm actually gonna meet my brother in 15 minutes. He needs the car, so he's coming over and getting the keys, so I'm gonna meet him, walk a bit more, get some movement in. I did read just a little bit during lunch. I had such a busy day. I had calls nearly back to back to back to back to back. I only had like a 40-minute lunch break, and I can't eat while I read. Okay, if you can eat while you read, tell me how you do it, because I can't. So I just spend the first half like eating and the second half reading. I'm about 55% into Cemetery Boys, and if I have time tonight, I will read for 15 more minutes. That sounds doable, right? Happy Thursday. Today after work I decided to check out the library, and oh my god,
honestly, I don't know why I don't go to libraries. They're amazing. I love this one. It's near me, and I just sat here and kind of knocked out the prologue in chapter 1. So I had decided super last minute, probably late last night, that I want the first act to be query ready by Sunday.